Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, this video is actually about, I don't even know where she's from, but then eventually she became United States citizen. And she is actually saying that a lot of people are not supporting the country they live, and if you do not support the country you live or where you are from or something, that you can go to the country where you support and live there. So she went further to say that most of these countries that you are supporting are Sharia, they have Sharia law or they are Muslim and they do not give you your freedom and all that. That most people do not support America, but they benefits from everything America got to offer and all that, but refuse to stand with America. So, in essence, what she's saying is that you do not have to support because you love your country, you do not have to support other things going on in other countries, especially when your country, that is America, is against it, right? And I am saying that is wrong because you can still stand up, still be a patriot while condemning what your country is doing and all that. It's just like what is going on in Palestine, and I see a lot of Americans trying to condemn what is going on and speaking up for them. So does it mean that they are also not a patriot because they spoke about what is going on there and how innocent kids are being unalived and all that, and they are talking about victim mentality? You know what? Let's get into this video.
Support the country you live in, or go live in the country that you support. There's nothing that's more true than this statement. As an immigrant, I find it ridiculous to see the amount of American people hating on their own country. But worse than this is the fact that they refuse to leave, and they also hate it, but they take advantage of everything that America has to offer them. It's easy to support Islam when you don't live in a Muslim country where Sharia law is in place, right? It's easy to complain about capitalism when you have a supermarket available every mile around you where you can go and buy food and you don't have to stand hours and hours in line for a piece of bread or a bucket of water, like it is in so many countries where socialism is in place. And if the United States has been falling in the last years, it is because of people like you who support a government that lies straight to your face, a government that creates this fake narrative that everyone is equal while destroying prosperity. I'll tell you this. People have always wanted to immigrate to the United States for a reason. And it's not because we are a white supremacist country, not because we're racist. This I can guarantee you. It's because we've always taken the word freedom very seriously. It seems to me that it's getting lost, and once that concept of freedom gets lost, that's when we're going to start having lives that look exactly like these countries that I just mentioned here. And unfortunately, it's going to be too late for these people to realize how good they had it here while they had freedom. Now that they don't have it anymore, they're going to cry about it. Now, if you don't agree with me and you think I'm just spitting a lot of BS, please DM me if you hate America, and I will buy your tickets, a one-way ticket to whichever country you want, the ones that you support, right? These countries that have Sharia law, these countries that are communist, these countries, okay? DM me and I will pay for your ticket, but you cannot come back here. Support the country you live in, or go live in the country that you support.
What a shocker that a white presenting immigrant bought into all the propaganda and stepped right into white privilege. You go on to list a bunch of things that show that you walked into privilege within the United States because you removed all nuance. You removed the existence of food deserts. You removed the lack of livable wages being paid. You remove the medical apartheid that is rampant within this country, and so much more. But let's go to the meat and potatoes of what you're saying. So, support means no critique, right? Because even in family and friendships, you can support someone and still correct them, to keep them on the right path, to keep things moving productively and smoothly. So if you remove all of the criticism from the United States and leave everything just right now at this moment, at the status quo, and no forward motion ever happens, what do you think is going to happen when all of the good people that would make good trouble leave? Other countries that would take the criticism would flourish above the United States far more than they already do. See, citizens of the United States are the only ones that criticize where they live. And given the words that are encapsulated in the Constitution of the United States that everybody loves to proclaim that they hold above all else minus their chosen deities, wouldn't it be your God-given right to critique and criticize? Because in your video, you're criticizing fellow citizens of the United States. So we're just supposed to criticize one another, but not the government that is made up of one another. You can criticize the service at a restaurant that you claim gets it wrong every single time. And the excuse is if you keep criticizing, they'll get better. But not the government, compiled of employees that you put into place. Just say that you came over here and got accepted by some people that made you feel as if you had a seat at the very, very front of the table, in the most desirable positioning in the ballroom. Therefore, you decided to join the gaslighting gaggle and help them spackle the foundation of the systems that keep more oppressed in this country than they allow to flourish. And because there are those of us that want that to change, so we can finally be free, brave, and great, you see a problem with that. How white of you.
Some people love to classify different opinions as hate speech. And this is so ridiculous because it's not because someone disagrees with you that they actually hate you. If they're not promoting bodily harm, they're just exercising their right to free speech. And when these people say, oh, I believe in free speech, I just don't believe in offensive speech or hate speech, I just roll my eyes because this is utterly ridiculous. If your speech does not offend anyone, why would you need a law to protect it? And the other question I ask all the time is, who gets to decide what is hateful speech? You? Your government? Like, I don't know if these people ever stop to think about this. Open discourse is the biggest element of a free society. You live your life the way you want it, but you do not have the right to force other people to have the same opinion as you do. And if they disagree with you, it's not because they hate you. If your feelings get hurt by the way other people think, that does not give you the right to change their opinion, to force them to do something that you agree with. So if you do think like this, you are the problem. You're not a liberal, you're not a woke person, you are just a tyrant.
Hey racist, just a quick little note for you. When you're working so hard to try to shit on the rest of us, and you pick one person from whatever industry, whatever sport you wish, and make them your great white hope, and the whole premise behind it is no one before them ever did anything else, you do realize you're overlooking all of your white compadres, right? All of the white people who did come before them that you all didn't support. All the white people who were talented in their respective fields. And I'm just saying that due to current verbiage that you're using regarding one athlete right now. You think that you're firmly shitting on black women. They're not the whole league, Booski.
See, I feel like we need to change the language. We need to stop using the word victim and start using the word survivor. Survivor of domestic violence, survivor of sexual assault, survivor of discrimination. Because saying that someone is a victim takes away their agency and their power. If you came through it on the other side, then you are a survivor. You are not a victim. Saying that you're a victim gives the power to the person who abused you. You are their victim. Instead, own your power and say, I am a survivor. So, like, I am a survivor of domestic violence. I am a survivor of childhood abuse, of childhood SA, of childhood domestic violence, and of adult domestic violence in my own marriage. So I survived all of that. I was not victimized. I have the power and I took control of my life, and I came through all of that adversity and retained who I am as a person. So I am no one's victim. So we need to stop saying some people live in a victim mentality and some don't. So if you have come through adversity, if you have come through abuse or obstacles or obstruction in your path in life, and you have retained who you are as a person, you are not a victim, you are a survivor. And you have the right to speak on your experiences. And that doesn't mean you have a victim mentality. That means that you are giving yourself agency and you are taking control of your story and your narrative. And you have every right to do that. And people who say you have a victim mentality, they're trying to shut you up. Because anyone who has faced discrimination, SA, domestic abuse, financial abuse, whatever you have experienced in your life that made your life harder and you came through it, you survived it. So don't let anybody call you a victim. Call yourself a survivor.
So this is all I got from this, and saying that somebody also have to say that some people actually have what's it called, victim mentality. And the truth is that some people actually do not like to hear about people's experience or what people went through and all that. But the fact that it is not affecting them means that it does not exist, or you are still dwelling in the past and the rest of it. I want people to acknowledge or to understand that, you cannot shut people up over their experiences. Let people share their experiences. You can also add to it if you want to, but do not take away from people's experience and all of that. And now let's talk about the first lady who actually started the video that said that, if you do not like where you are, you can go away and all of that and go and support the country, go to the country where you live and support them. Number one is that you can also be a citizen of a country and still criticize them, especially when something is not right. You don't have to be the part or the kind of people that stay back and watch things go wrong. And probably because you are a patriot and all that, you don't speak on it. You are a bad person. You are not a good person. Somebody is supposed to criticize the government because there is no how a government, they always have lapses and all that. And the best you can do is give your own opinion and work towards, making sure that your government or, things are okay. It's just like what is going on in Palestine, Congo, and some other places. And somebody is saying that, why do you have to criticize America, or why do you have to criticize other people just because you are supporting other people? That is a Palestine. And if you like, you can actually, instead of supporting them, you can actually go there and live, right? Because they still have Shahara law and all that. I mean, when you live there, you can compare your freedom there and the one. I think that is really a very wrong statement because, as we all already know, what has been going on between Israel, Palestine, Congo, I mean, Sudan, there are so many places that genocide has been going on and all that. And being a sensible person and being someone that is truthful, all you just have to do is to call things out. I mean, make sure that you are not on the wrong side of history, because it is irresponsible of you watching things go on or saying that some particular people are being ill treated, or some things are not going right there. I mean, watching kids and all that being unalive and the rest of it, and you are keeping quiet. You want to support your own country or your own government because that is where you are from. But I want you to know that there is nothing wrong in speaking the truth and also standing with you wherever you come from and all that. But make sure you tell them that this is right and this is not right. This is wrong because the kids that are being alive did not do anything to anybody. Yeah. So we all can stop gaslight, because all I see is somebody trying to gaslight, or somebody who already bought into white supremacists and also trying to gaslight people or trying to make people feel bad for trying to stand up for other people. Number one is that I mean, how did I say this? We all rise by lifting others, by lifting your voices over the things going, like, for the oppressed. You are also helping yourself, because you don't know the day you are going to be down, and it might be other people that will raise you. But when you refuse to speak up on the things that are going on, and you just want to be on the wrong side of history, probably because, I mean, that is what you think is right, or that is what suits you, or what you just want at that point in time, you are kind of shooting yourself in your leg, or wherever you want to do it. But we all can do better as humans, like I keep saying. I mean, first of all, you have to be human before anything, because it's only a human that knows that something is wrong or right. Because watching all the things that has been going on, I mean, it doesn't matter where I am from, it doesn't matter where I live or where I but the main thing is that what is wrong, it's wrong. You condemn what is wrong, you call it out, and you speak the truth on that, instead of looking for a way to hide the truth because you want to support your country, because you are a patriot, because you value your country. And you can still value your country, you can still be a good citizen, but do not stand with bad things. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.